So we're here now we've moved up a little bit closer to the green, and from 55 yards you saw what the xE1 could do against the average or general, I guess, wedge that most people would use, the traditional wedge, should I say. Now we're at 30 yards, and we've got this brutal shot that most people have a lot of difficult times with. Even professionals have a tough time with this one. You've got to go over a bunker. It's a long, basically what you would consider a long flop shot. So you've got to go over this bunker. The pin's cut tight to the bunker, maybe 5 or 6 paces over the bunker. And a good shot from this distance for any player is around 10 feet. That's a very good shot. If you can keep it, some people have a hard time keeping it on the green. But I'm going to show you some common mistakes with the traditional wedge that people make and what most people want to do. Now, most people are going to want to, because they don't understand how to hit the flop shot the proper way and what you have to do to hit a flop shot proper with a traditional wedge, you're going to set up very square to this wedge, and you're going to end up, okay, well, I've just got to get it over the bunker. I just want to get it on the green, and you're going to end up going and hitting the shot as best you can that way, and the ball usually ends up running on and releasing back to the back of the green, and that's not a bad shot. But you can see that with the traditional wedge and with this very thin sole right here on this kind of wet turf that we have here, how deep that divot is. Now I want to talk to you about how you would normally hit this shot, how a professional would hit this shot, or the amateur maybe without so much experience in hitting the shot, how they would do it, and the faults that usually occur when you're trying to hit it. Okay, so let's get a ball right close to the position that it was in, that I did have a ball in for the first shot. So to hit this shot properly and to give yourself the best opportunity to get it as close as you want, it's a high risk shot, obviously. So you're going to open up the blade. Well, here we go. We're manipulating the club face already right now, okay? Now, unless you've got the time to practice 2 to 3 hours a day on your short game, 4 to 5 days a week, and hit this shot over and over again hundreds of times, it's going to be a very difficult shot. It's a very difficult shot for professional pull-off most of the time. So you open it up. Now you've manipulated the blade. You've taken your grip. You've got to set your stance up open to allow for the club to come across, slice across the ball. Well, this is a problem because now, because most people don't know to swing down their body lines and align the grooves of the club basically to the target, and then swing across their body lines and across the ball to get the ball up in the air with the right amount of trajectory. What normally happens is people will take it back down basically across that line inside their body lines, and then they'll end up getting stuck and either sticking it in the ground or bouncing it and blading it and to Lord knows where all over the place. So I will show you exactly how a professional would do it, but it's a risky shot, and I'm going to see if I can even pull it off from 30 yards over this bunker. So feet wide open, shoulders wide open, body wide open, club face at the target, and I'm going to swing down my body lines. Oops. Bunker, probably plugged on the downslope. And look at the divot that I took with that. And again, I stayed really shallow with that thing. So there's a lot of moving parts is my point. Guys, there's a lot of moving parts to try to hit that shot consistently over and over and over again. You don't have to worry about that with the xE1. The xE1 does most of the work for you, especially at 65 degrees. So you're basically taking a 60 and opening it up and turning it into basically a 65 degree. But what you're doing is you're manipulating the blade so much, and then you're having to manipulate your stance and manipulate your hands and manipulate all this different stuff in your golf swing when we're trying to make it easier for you guys. And with the xE1, we're making it easier by allowing you to you got the loft that you need in 65 degrees in this 35-yard shot, and all you need to do is set up square to the ball. I'm going to set up dead square to this shot, ball position a little farther up in the stance. I'm not opening up. My feet and hands are square to the target. Club face is square. I'm not opening up the club. I'm letting the sole do what the sole is supposed to do on the xE1, which is glide through the turf, and I'm just going to make a normal, easy golf swing. Oh, that's pretty good right there. That's a kick in. I mean, that's fantastic. I don't know if I could do much better with a traditional wedge. In fact, I'm pretty sure that it would take me a few more balls with a traditional wedge to get it as close as I did with that xE1 wedge. So this wedge does everything you need it to do, whether it's from 30 yards, from 50 yards, in the sand. It does everything that you could possibly ask, and it does it with ease. It's all up to you at that point on how hard do you want to hit it. As long as you set up square to the club face, square to the ball, excuse me, with a square club face, and just swing it. That's all you have to do.